A great man once taught that purpose is defined as the original intent behind the creation of a thing that was in the mind of the creator of that thing. On January 26, 1981, pursuit of that purpose led to me becoming a proud member of the NYPD. About 5 years in, I got assigned to the unit where I'd spent most of my career. That would be the Manhattan North Narcotics Division. I had many memorable tours in that unit, but there was one that I will never forget, as it has become a lesson that frames my life. My lieutenant and I were leading a team out on a routine buy and bust operation. That's essentially where an undercover goes out on the street, makes a buy, then the backup team moves in and makes a bust. On this particular evening, the undercover gave the signal that he'd scored 4 vials of crack cocaine from 2 males inside the lobby of an apartment building. Now, that little wrinkle meant that one of the team would need to get close to ensure that the sellers wouldn't get away. My lieutenant said, "Dunk, do you mind going in?" I said, "No problem, Lou, I got this." Just as I was preparing to get out of my vehicle, however, something told me, "Take your weapon out of your shoulder holster and put it into your pocket." I listened. So I head over to the location where one of the lookouts lets me into the lobby, then closes the door behind me. As I step inside, there's a line of people in front of me. I often joke that it must have been 2-for-1 crack day. Anyway, as I look down the dimly lit and narrow hallway, I see 2 guys that the undercover described, one sitting on a milk crate and the other standing next to him in front of a black door. At that moment, I see the guy that was standing pull a silver handgun from his pocket, look at it, then put it back into his pocket. I knew at that point that the risk level had just risen exponentially. He and I locked eyes. The next thing I know, we started shooting at each other. I remember we were so close I could feel the heat from the muzzle blast of the gun on my face. Well, when the smoke cleared, I'd shot him in the chest, the guy on the box in the leg, and I wasn't hit. But here's the real reason why this was so memorable. The emergency service unit comes out on every police shooting to ensure that they can account for all the rounds that are fired. Now, I fired 3 rounds. He fired 4, but ESU could only find 2 of his 4 rounds. They don't know what happened to the other 2 rounds. But I know. My God stepped in. What I experienced that night firsthand was the blessing of the fact that purpose protects you. Make no mistakes, my friend. Circumstances bend to the will and purpose of an almighty and sovereign God. You aren't done until He says you're done. And that is the credo of my life.